Yo, yo, yo. What is up, team? Dan Suckling here, owner of Six Figure Fit Pro University, where we basically get fitness coaches off the organic hamster wheel and master the art of paid client acquisition without having to fork out their life savings to do so. This is my little puppy, Queen. What's going on, Pete? Hope you're well, man. What's going on, Hasnain? Hope you're well, brother. This is Queen. So I have a French bulldog over in New Zealand, and I tried to get her over here to Bali, and it's just nearly impossible. Like, she has to do a stress test, and if she passes the stress test, she has to go to Australia for 6 months and then quarantine, and then she can come over. And she will not pass the stress test because she is an anxious little dog. So today, I'm going to be talking about the 6 reasons why I believe online fitness coaches fail this game. And I feel like I'm somewhat qualified to speak on this topic because over the last 7 years, I've been a part of 12 different masterminds and have coached over 450 online fitness coaches to this day. And inside of that, what you begin to see is patterns. You begin to see patterns. And I'm just going to dive straight in. It's going to be a short one. I'm actually going out tonight. It's the first time I've been out in God knows how long. Like, I'm working right now. It's 9 p.m. on a Sunday night. So the first one is an obvious one. And this applies simply to people who have never had a mentor. Like, you need to have a mentor. I don't care if you work with me, you need to have a mentor. If you've never had a mentor or joined some sort of mastermind ever before, then you probably should, because chances are, if you're not where you want to be, then there are things that you are doing that you're not running the right strategy. There's things that you don't know that you should know, and there's things that you're not doing that you should be doing. And over the last 7 years, I can't remember, there has not been one time in the last 7 years that I haven't had a single mentor. I went from Lynn to Tanner, to Traffic and Funnels, to Clients and Community, to Sabri Subi, to Dan Bolton, to Cole Gordon, to Brendan Kelly, to Hector Gonzalez. And now I'm doing a bit of work with Rudy Moore. Like, it never ends. It never fucking ends. And so basically, the stupidest thing that you could do is make all the mistakes in the book. The best thing that you could do is actually hire somebody who's already made those mistakes so that you don't have to make them yourself. Like, wise people, they learn from other people's mistakes, and better yet, they learn from other people's successes. And a lot of these mentors out there, like, as long as they're credible and they've got recent social proof to back it up, like, if they're doing really well and they're super successful, chances are they haven't done that by luck. Chances are they know something that you don't know, or they're doing something that you're not doing. And regardless of all these other mentors that I've invested in over the last 7 years, you know, some were better than others, obviously. Some were better than others, obviously. But every single mentor taught me a valuable lesson. Like, there was at least one golden nugget that helped me get to where I am today. And without that, like, I'm super grateful for investing in all those different mentors, because I wouldn't be here without it. I wouldn't know what I know. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I had not have invested in those mentors. The second reason is that you have a shitty offer. You have a shitty offer. Like I said, having a one-liner in your Facebook bio is not enough. You need to do your market research on YouTube video comments, Google forums, Reddit, Quora, Amazon book reviews, application forms, sales calls, and go back and look for patterns inside of your ideal clients and figure out what is the biggest hair on fire desire that your prospect wants. What's the biggest frustration, the biggest struggle, the biggest roadblock, the biggest problem that they're currently experiencing, and then basically embed that into your marketing message so that you actually pierce the marketplace and tell your prospect story to them better than they can themselves. Like I said, if you understand your prospect's problem so well, they're going to make the assumption that you've got the solution, which you do, but you're never actually going to attract your dream clients unless you're able to tell a day inside of their life, what they're going through and what they're secretly Googling at 2 a.m. Like, the deep underlying things. It's one thing to say, yeah, hey, are you a mum that wants to lose weight? But it's another thing to actually tell her story about what she's going through on a daily basis at a deep level. If you're a mum who's watching this, you're giving your time, you're giving your effort, your energy to your kids, your partner, you put your own needs on the back burner, and inside of that process, you put on 10 to 20 pounds, and right now you're lacking love for yourself and your partner's not attracted to you like he once was, then I want to help. Hi, my name's Dan Suck. Hi, my name's Sally Smith. And not too long ago, I was in the same position. And now you're going to throw yourself under the bus, demonstrate some vulnerability to show your ideal clients that you're a real fucking human being and you've been exactly where they are right now. 2 years ago, I was in the exact same position. I had just given birth and my whole life got flipped upside down. I just began to give everything to everyone else. I began to forget about myself. I ended up gaining 20 kilos. I was unhappy. I was depressed. I was sad, yada, yada, yada. And that's when I discovered this big concept that changed everything. And since that day, I've now coached hundreds of mums to help them increase greatest desire without biggest frustration in time frame. And right now I'm looking for 10 mums who want to XYZ. Like, you need to pierce the marketplace and then throw yourself under the bus to show your prospects that you're a real fucking human being. A prospect wants to work with somebody who actually understands them on a deeper level over some 4% body fat guy who's just come off comp prep and who's on trend, like Trenbolone and fucking Masteron. Like, it's just the truth. The third thing is that you're in the wrong vehicle. You are in the wrong vehicle. So some of you guys are running organic methods, like you jumping into Facebook groups where your ideal clients hang out. You're adding 20 in the morning, you're adding 20 in the evening, you're sending them a whole bunch of cold DMs, you're manually inviting them into your Facebook group, you're tagging them under the welcome post, you're trying to share some free value and trying to transition those cold prospects into a strategy session. And whilst that does work, it's a very slow process, it's time consuming, it's energy consuming, and eventually that lead flow is going to dry up. And not only that, is that you are chasing clients, which breeds desperation. It basically takes the frame off you and puts the frame on the prospect for them to make the decision around whether or not they want to join your coaching program. When we run ads, we are basically getting prospects to come through our door and willingly put our hand up to say, hey, I have this exact problem that you're articulating inside of this marketing message. How do I learn more? But if you're cold DMing prospects, trying to find a pain point, trying to find a problem, and then trying to transition them into a strategy session, it's no wonder why you're getting ghosted, why there's financial objections, because they don't see you as an authority. Some people are running webinars, some people are running challenges, some people are running ads to ManyChat, some are running ads to a free Facebook group, some are running ads to like a free guide, free playbook, free ebook. You need to make sure that you're in the right vehicle. And basically, we're talking about, there are 3 pillars to a successful sales process. There's the offer, there's the vehicle, like the conversion mechanism, and then there's the sales process. And once those 3 things are dialed in, you're off with the races. But the thing is that most people don't actually focus on an acquisition system for long enough to gather enough data, to gather the metrics required, enough metrics required to be able to optimize based on those metrics. And so they think that the grass is greener on the other side. They look for another vehicle. They jump into that only to be met with the exact same fucking problem. Like, how many of you guys watching this right now have been in a relationship and you start arguing with your partner, having disagreements, you end the relationship thinking that that's not the way it's supposed to be. You get into another relationship only to be met with the same fucking problem 2 years later. The grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. But what's important is being inside of the right vehicle and then optimizing that vehicle until that thing fucking works. And you optimize not based on feelings, not based on emotions. You optimize based on data, based on facts, based on metrics, based on KPIs. But if you don't know your numbers, you're literally just flying blind in the dark. Number 4, no capital to grow. Like, you just don't have the revenue to grow. I've coached inside of Cash Clock Academy. I coached over 450 online fitness coaches, and it's crazy. Like, we were charging 20K USD back then. And there were fitness coaches that would invest like their last dollar to come into the program. Then they'd have no money for, you know, ClickFunnels and Zapier and ActiveCampaign, let alone any money to run ads. And so basically, these fitness coaches are in a place of scarcity before they even begin. Like, you need, like, money is like oxygen in this game, especially inside of paid ads. Like, if you want to actually build a business and not a side hustle organically, if you want to build a business and run ads and run funnels and automation sequences, etc., like, you need money, you need oxygen, because without oxygen, without fuel, you're going to go nowhere. Like, you're simply going to go nowhere. So you need the capital to invest. And that's why I sold Cash Clock Academy and started Six Figure Fit Pro University, because I was like, holy shit, if I can remain somewhat profitable and I'm able to create a program for much, much cheaper, and fitness coaches could learn the systems and processes to grow their business using systems and automations, and I'm charging them peanuts. And if they could invest that money into their business instead, they're going to be so much better off than investing 10K, 15K, 20K into a mastermind. You're locked into a contract. And then you've got the subscriptions of ClickFunnels and ActiveCampaign and Zapier and Calendly and ManyChat and Jotform and HelloSign. Then you've got the ad spend. So if you're not in a place of scarcity, if you're in a place of abundance, when you join a coaching program, you're going to be so much better off than if you've just invested your last dollar and you're coming into that program in a place of scarcity before you even begin. The fifth thing is expectations versus reality. When I first started, literally, when I joined my very first mentor, Lynn Trin, I thought it was just as simple. Like the way that I was being marketed to, I thought it was just as simple as like building a funnel, like having some ad copy and some ads, launching some ads, and then all of a sudden the floodgates are going to open up and I'm just going to get book calls like every single day of the week. And I didn't realize that it took so much adversity to overcome. It took so much testing and measuring and adjusting. And there were so many different roadblocks. I had to master copywriting, and then Facebook ads, and then Instagram ads, and then TikTok ads, and then setting up automations and running Zapier. And I had to learn all these things. And I didn't realize, like, all I thought was like, this shit was simple. I thought it was simple, but it wasn't. And so what happened was, because my expectations were so misaligned from reality, the blueprint that I had inside of my mind was, all I have to do is X, Y, and Z, and I'm good to go. When I jumped in the program, I realized, like, holy shit, this is so much more. Like, I have to do so much more than what I had initially thought. But what ends up happening is that you go so far down the rabbit hole, you walk so far down that road, and you get that taste of success. Once you start getting sales, you get that taste of success, that the pain of going back to that 9-to-5 job, the pain of going back to where you were when you first started, is far greater than the pain of actually pushing through your own bullshit and doing the work to get to where you want to be. Like, that's what I realized very early on, was that, like, shit, yes, there's a lot of work involved, and yes, this is very painful, and yes, this is quite challenging, but I would be rather doing this than going back to the 9-to-5 job, working for my dad's company on next to minimum wage, carrying furniture for a living, like 7 years ago. And I always associate that pain with where I am right now. Like, I never want to go back to that again. And so I'm willing to, like, fucking crawl over the Sahara Desert, over hot coals and broken glass to win, because the only other option for me is going back to a 9-to-5 job. And I, like, me personally, I associate so much fucking pain with going back to a 9-to-5 job. Like, I would rather die. I would rather not be here. That's just me personally. Some people are okay with it, and that's cool if that's you. You know, no offense. It's just not me. And the last thing is that you're just not that fucking committed. Like, you're just not that committed. You're not willing to stay up that hour later. You're not willing to get up that hour earlier. You're not engaging inside of the group. You're not showing up for yourself every fucking day. Like, in the early stages, you need to work 7 days a week sometimes. Sometimes you need to work 12, 14 hours a day. Sometimes you need to just absolutely obsess over your business. You need to obsess over the ads. You need to obsess over the data, over the metrics, if you want to win. And some people just half-ass their efforts. Some people just don't actually jump in. They just dip their toes in and expect to be successful. And I mean, I'm here to tell you today that unless you are like 100% like ruthlessly committed to doing what it takes to win, you will not win. If you have a plan B, if you have not made that binary switch inside of your mind to be like, this is what I'm going to do, and there is no plan B, there is no other fucking option. Once you exhaust all options inside of your mind and you just commit to doing the fucking thing that you know you should be doing to get ahead, you will get ahead. But the moment you have a plan B, the moment that you try to opt yourself out of shit, the moment that you don't show up for yourself and your business and the people that need your help, of course you're destined to fail. What do you expect? What do you fucking expect? So the first thing, hire a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, get one. I don't care if it's me, get a mentor, learn automations, learn funnels, learn email sequences, learn how to use Zapier, learn Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, learn all that shit. Learn all of that shit. Learn how to speak on camera, learn how to write ad copy, learn how to market and sell. Marketing and sales are the two most high value skills that you could ever adopt inside of this world, in my opinion. If you can market and sell, you'll never go hungry again. The second thing is fix up your offer. Like, fix up your offer. Don't just market something surface level like, I help mums lose weight, I help people lose weight and tone up. All it's doing is blending in with the rest of the marketplace. Your prospects have seen and heard it all before. The third thing is get yourself into the right vehicle. If you're running organic methods right now and it's time consuming and you fucking hate it, change the vehicle. That's why I preach running ads. That's why I preach paid advertising and growing a business using systems and automations so that you can literally wake up in the morning and be like, oh shit, I've got a few calls booked to my calendar. You don't have to do all this manual labor and cold DM strangers from a place of desperation where you've got no authority and you're putting the buying decision in the hands of the prospect instead of framing it for them to qualify to work with you. The fourth thing is get yourself some capital to invest. Get yourself some capital, set aside $1,000 for Facebook ads so that you're not entering a program in a place of scarcity where your emotions are just like a roller coaster. Just like trading, just like day trading, just like running crypto. Of course, there's going to be ups and downs and peaks and troughs. You have to ride that wave. And sometimes you're going to get really cheap lead costs. Sometimes the floodgate's going to absolutely blow up. And that's when you need to double down, but you can't double down if you don't have the revenue to be able to double or triple your ad spend when you're getting like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10x return on your ad spend. And the fifth thing is expect it to be difficult. Like, don't expect it to be easy. Expect it to be hard and expect it to be challenging. So then if it's less than what you expected, shit, you're good to go. But the more you push through the pain, the more you push through the adversity, the problems, the challenges that come your way, you are increasing your capacity to be able to handle more problems as they come your way. Like, you can handle more shit. And the last thing is just commit. Like, if you want to succeed, you have to commit, and not just kind of commit. You need to be like ruthlessly, violently committed to making this work. Otherwise, it won't work. Hope you enjoyed this training, team. If you want help with your offer, if you want help with the right vehicle, if you want the right guidance, I can't help you commit. You got to do that on your end. But if you want the right guidance in building, launching, and growing and scaling an online fitness business using paid ads, systems, and automations so that you can get off the organic hamster wheel without having to fork out $10,000 or $20,000 into some business coach where you're locked into a contract and not actually guaranteed results, then on Instagram, link inside of my bio, on Facebook, for those of you guys who are watching this, I'll put a link down below in the comments. If you're still skeptical, reach out to me. I'll send you a link to my free 5-day crash course showing you how to run a paid 28-day challenge. I'll help you make some money first, and then hopefully we can establish that trust together and we can work together. But apart from that, have a great day, morning or night, team, and I'll chat to you all very soon.